Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to overlay confetti on a video in React Native's new architecture for Android using Media 3 transformer. So let's get started. So first, as usual, you need to create a React Native project using this particular command over here. So you don't need to pass the version number because if you don't pass the version number, whatever is the latest React Native version, it will pick that. So I'm using React Native 78, which is the latest at the time of me recording this video. And instead of turbo module example, you can name your project whatever you feel like. I have named it as RN app because React Native app, so you can name it whatever you feel like. Okay, so just run this command. Also, like I mentioned, this is only for Android. So yeah, next, just scroll down. Here you can see this is my React Native project. Okay, then we need to create a folder called specs in the root of our React Native project. So as you can see, I have created a folder called specs. Inside that we need to create a TypeScript file. Now you can name this TypeScript file whatever you feel like naming it native local storage in our case will not make sense. That's why I have named it as native transform video.ts. Okay, so in case if you decide to name it differently, make sure the name of the file starts with the word native. And the next thing is, you have to remember whatever name you have given it to your TypeScript file, because this name will be used in lot other places as well. Next, you just have to copy paste this code, and I have literally pasted the code over here, but I have removed all these methods because I don't require all these methods. Instead, I just took one method called transform video. It will take a value, so the value will be the path of the video which has been selected by the user, and this will return a string which will be the updated URL of the video with the confetti overlay. Okay, so hopefully you got the point. Then here also you will have to rename it to your own TypeScript file name, so don't forget this particular step. Then you need to go to package.json. So if you see over here, we just need to copy paste this particular bit of code and just paste it over here. Okay, now again, instead of name, you will have to change this particular part to native transform video, and inside Java package name also you will have to change it over here. So you'll have to make these two changes. Don't just blindly copy this package.json, otherwise things will not work for you, because they are using native local storage over here as well as over here, but we have to use native transform video over here as well as over here. Okay, then you will have to go to the root of your React Native project. I'll just clear everything out. Okay, and you need to run npm install because we have changed the package.json, right? That's why. Then just scroll down again. You will have to cd to the Android folder. So just cd to the Android folder over here, and then you need to run this particular command. So I have already ran this command, so I won't run it again. Just paste this command and run it. I won't run it again. Once that is done, let's see how to use it first inside our app.tsx. So just go to app.tsx, and here you can see firstly we are importing our TypeScript file. So something like this. Then we have installed two dependencies inside my package.json. So just do npm install React Native image picker. So you can do something like this: npm install React Native image picker as well as React Native video. So just copy this particular part as well and paste it over here and run this again. I have already ran it, so I won't run it again. So go to app.tsx. So we are also importing launch image library from React Native image picker. We are importing uState from React, and we are also importing video from React Native video. Okay, then here we have this uState React state, where we will be storing the video URI of the transformed video and not the video which has been picked by the user. Okay, so here we have one button, and on press of it we just do launch image library. The media type is of type video. If the results.assets.length is greater than 0, then we just pass the URI of the selected video to the transform video method which has been defined inside our native transform video file. Okay, and once we get the URL, we just set that state inside our set video URI use state. Okay, once this is properly set, here you can see I'm just adding a check over here, so it will re-render because we are setting the state for our React element, right? So this will re-render and it will start playing our video. So here we are just start playing the video which has been transformed. Now the main logic of this transform video method will be written on the native Android side with Kotlin using Media 3 transformer APIs. So again I'll just scroll down over here. So if you see, first we need to create this particular file. Now we won't be able to copy this code because our implementation logic will be completely different. So what you need to do is first go to Android folder, go to app, go to src, go to main, go to java, go to inside com. You will have to create a package with your TypeScript file name. So here I have created a folder. Package means a folder basically, with the name called native transform video. But like I mentioned, if you have named your TypeScript file name differently, you will have to change the name over here. So first it tells us to create this module.kt file, right? So if you see over here, now again the file name is also important. Whatever is your TypeScript file name followed by the word module.kt. Again I'll just scroll up. So here this should be your own package name. So typically it is package com dot whatever is your TypeScript file name. Next you can just copy paste this imports by like pausing the video. So I won't go into the imports as such. Okay, now here we are annotating with @unstable API because at the time of me recording this video the Media 3 transformer APIs are still bit unstable. That's why we have to annotate it with this particular thing. Hopefully by the time you watch it they become stable and you don't have to add this annotation, but at least for now I have to add this annotation. So here is our class which takes a React context and it extends a native transform video spec as well, and we also extend transformer.listener. So with the help of that we override two methods, on completed and on error. Then here we have one object of name native transform video. Okay, again this is our TypeScript file name. Now this entire logic is extremely custom. So first we have the file name and file path. The handler and progress holder are for tracking state. So suppose if you have picked an extremely long video, overlaying a confetti on that will take a bit of time. So in that case if you want to display a progress bar to the user, you can use this progress holder progress. But unfortunately I don't know how to send the actual value of this progress back to React Native side. Some of you might be thinking, okay, just like we are sending the URL of the updated video with the help of promise, you can maybe use a promise. We can't use that. We need to continuously send the progress, so we have to use something like event emitter. Now I don't know how to use the event emitter in React Native's new architecture, so that's the main problem of this. That's why I have in the meantime I have just logged it to the console, but in case if I am able to figure it out in the future, I will make a separate video about it. Then here I have created an array list of effect. Here we override the get name method and just pass our name. Here we override the transform video method which we defined it inside our TypeScript file. It takes a value as well as a promise. Then here we just assign a global promise. Okay, then here we create an immutable list.builder, and here we create override like import texture overlay, and inside that we add this confetti overlay. I'll show you this confetti overlay class in a bit. Okay, then here we just create our effect and add the overlay effect, overlays builder.build. Then on the main thread we just first create a transformer. Okay, then we create an input media item. I think this, even if you don't write this, it's fine. I don't know why I have created this. Let's try removing this. Let's see if this works or not. Okay, we'll try removing this. I'll save it, command S to save. Then here we create an input media item. Okay, then here we create an edited media item by passing our effect to this over here. Then here we create an external file. We start our transformation as well, and here we track the actual progress state. Okay, so here if you see over here we are tracking two things, progress state as well as the actual progress. Now the progress state will be either 0, 1 or 2, and the progress holder dot progress will be from 0 to 100, but sometimes it doesn't reach till 100. So with the help of progress state we can know that the video has finished transforming. Once I show you guys the output, things would be more clearer for you for this particular part. And here I have added a 500 milliseconds delay as well to this particular progress. Then this is the code for creating our external file. Again, I have just copy pasted it from the documentation. Yeah, you can just do the same. Then this is the code for adding the video to external storage. Okay, again I have just copy pasted this code from Stack Overflow, so if you want you can do the same. So I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video wherever you feel like and just copy the code. Okay, then here I have added this on completed. We are overriding this on completed because at the top we were extending transformer.listener, right? That's why here this is also a callback in case if you're displaying a progress bar uh, once the video starts transforming. Okay, then on the main thread we just get our external path where the video is saved and just send it back to a React Native side. And in case of on error, again we just display a toast message. Okay, so yeah, that should be it. Then let's do one more thing. You will have to go to this build.gradle file. Okay, scroll down at the bottom of this file and here you need to add all this dependency. First one is the media 3 exo player, then media 3 UI, media 3 common, media 3 transformer, and media 3 effect. According to me, I think you won't require this dependency, so let me just comment this out. I mean, I'll completely remove this because okay, because the other three dependencies which I have added, I think those were part for displaying video as well using exo player, but we are using React Native video for playing the video, right? We are not using exo player. Exo player is a video player for native Android dependencies, for native Android development. I think behind the scene React Native video uses exo player, so we don't have to worry too much about it. So I have removed the unnecessary dependencies. In case if there is any error, I'll let you know at the end. Okay, now let's and then you need to create another file called confetti overlay.kt. Again, make sure you write your own package name and not just blindly copy my package name. Now, to be completely honest with you, I have just copy pasted this code from the native Android documentation, so even I am not really good at this. So firstly, these are all the imports. I'll simply scroll through this file. Feel free to pause the video wherever you feel like and just copy the code. Okay, so this is all the code for it. Again, I'll simply scroll through this. Even I'm not good at this, that's why sorry about it. Okay, so for that set, again here you can see these are all the confettis which we are displaying. So yeah, you can change this to whatever you feel like. Again, I'll simply scroll through this file. Feel free to pause the video wherever you feel like and just copy the code. Okay, now the last file we need to create is our TypeScript file name followed by the word package.kt. Again, you have to import this particular package over here. Now for this particular file you can copy it from the documentation. I have literally copied it from the documentation, only the names have been changed. So firstly, I have also added this particular annotation because again this native transform video extends this native transform video module which is unstable. That's why we have to mark this as unstable as well. This is again a quirks of Android development, unfortunately. So yeah, so the only thing which I have changed is this particular package name, sorry, this class name. Okay, and everywhere I have written native transform video module over here, over here, over here, over here, as well as over here. Rest everything remains the same. So yeah, you can just copy paste all this code which I have written. Okay, then we need to go to rn app and we have to go to main application.kt. Okay, so inside main application.kt you just have to import this particular thing. Again, the import will differ if you have named your TypeScript file differently. So com dot your TypeScript file name followed by this, again your TypeScript file name followed by the word package. Then over here you have to do add native transform video package. So this particular thing, kotlin file which we have created, there is one more mistake which I did. If you go to native transform video module.kt, you have to add this coroutine scope dispatchers.main.launch and make sure you add this particular bracket as well. I think I removed this particular bracket as well as this, but yeah, we do require it, so do keep this particular thing as well. Let's try to run our application and let's see if this works or not. Guys, so here is the output. I'll click on this pick video button. It will open the video picker for me. I'll select this particular video, and inside the logcat here you can see this was the progress state and as well as the actual progress which I was talking about. I will explain you it in a bit. Let the conversion finish and let me show you the full output. So this is still like work in progress of transformation. I have just reduced down the audio, and here you can see, again I will just reduce the audio. Here you can see like I'm mirroring my device, so the output is little laggy, but you can see that it has started showing confetti overlay on the video as well. So hopefully you got the point. Now let's come to the progress bar part. So if I just show you guys the code again, we were displaying progress state as well as the actual progress, right? So the progress state can be 0, 1 and 2. Like I said, it is the first value. I think it is not displaying 0, but it is 1. 2 starts from 1, starts from 2, and at the very end it becomes 0. That is an indicator to you that the video has finished processing. And this is the second variable, is the actual progress, which goes from 0 to 100. But like I said, sometimes it doesn't reach till 100, it stops at 99. It can stop even at 80 if it is a very short video. So hopefully you got the point. One more thing which I want to show you, if I go to my running device, hopefully it connects again. If I click on pick video again, here you can see the video is also saved to external storage, so the user can use it whenever he or she feels like. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.